morning, everyone. I'm Jessica Gwynn, Vice President of the Collaborative Firm, and it's a pleasure on behalf of Michael Hightower, our managing partner, to welcome each of you to South Metro Development Outlook.
And I'm truly excited about the program lineup that we've got today. Although most of us are optimists as it relates to the economy, it's apparent we're living in some very challenging times, and we've got some challenging issues ahead of us. But it's comforting to know that there's a forum like the South Metro Development Outlook that convenes industry experts and elected officials, business professionals, and to address some of the issues, some of the really pressing issues.
It's critically important that we begin to focus more on what we have in common and what we can do together, rather than those things that separate us. Now, Mayor Kasim Reed has been known in recent months to say, we need to dare to dream big again. We've kind of lost our swagger. A lot of people forget that a lot of our gains that we take for granted now were things that were hard fought, hard won, and difficult decisions at the time that we made them as a community.
The point I made earlier, though, is while these seem to be very tough times, these are the times where major investments need to be made to change the quality of life infrastructure that we have as a region. The world is moving fast to a point where what matters will be those entities or those regions that think regionally, conceive regionally, plan regionally, even though they may implement infrastructure projects locally.
I always say there are three reasons we chose to be in Metro Atlanta. Number one reason is Hartsfield. The number two reason is Hartsfield. And the number three reason is Hartsfield International Airport. It's funny, you know, we have 5 centers around the country, and the truth is that we service people in the Midwest and the Middle America states, Texas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and even the West in some cases better in Atlanta than we do where we have hospitals in those areas because of all of the direct flights that Hartsfield has.
Southwest Airlines has been really looking at getting into the Atlanta market for a long, long time, and finally, Atlanta at last. We're in this to really add value to the customer, to the flying public, and as Gary says here, we must continue to find ways to add value to our customers, not take it away. And they've lived on adding value, finding ways to keep the fares low, and that has made Southwest very successful.
A little bit about why we invested in Georgia. First off, Georgia works very well within their local communities to create a collaborative. We were moving a world headquarters to one area, a manufacturing facility to another area we were looking into, and also expanding on our services facility. And you would be shocked to see how many other states are not working together on that.
We're going to be talking about the impacts of the Transportation Investment Act, and we have the 4 commission chairs from the 4 counties primarily affected by that. Of course, Chairman Bell from Clayton, Chairman Eves from Fulton, Chairman Worthing from Douglas, and of course, Chairwoman B.J. Mathis from Henry will be here to round out that dialogue with Mike Parris being the moderator. We have a great 4-day plan, so hold on to your seats.
As you all know, and as you've been told over and over, and you know, we are about to face the most important moment of this region's life. This is the most important moment of your lives, the most important moment of your children and your grandchildren's lives. On July 31st of 2012, the Regional Transportation Referendum.
Keep in mind that you build the transportation system not to move people. That's not why you're investing in your transportation system. You're investing in your transportation system for economic development. The means is by moving people and freight.
As Michael indicated in his introductory remarks, you're talking about close to $8 billion of monies being raised through a local option sales tax that will be used to generate jobs, but more importantly, enhance the infrastructure of our region.
You know, one might ask, well, why is the 1% sales tax, the TIA, important to a small county like Douglas County with 132,000 people? So, but each morning, I-20 is loaded with cars from Douglas County. About 70% of our workforce is on Interstate 20 every morning, headed into Atlanta.
If this fails, I see this whole region declining and going backwards. If you cannot bring new jobs and new industry into this area, if you cannot deal with the traffic congestion, this region is going to lose. And my children and your children and our grandchildren are going to go somewhere else where there's a good quality of life. I look at it from a standpoint of being a mom and being a grandmother. You know, knowing that I can get home to my county every day, to get to my house without sitting in traffic for an hour or an hour and a half, coming home in the afternoons, or having to leave an hour or an hour and a half early to get to a job means a lot.
The first time that I heard most of us beginning to say what you've heard this lady and gentleman say, region. We are always concerned about Clayton versus Fulton versus DeKalb versus Gwinnett versus Cobb. The region. Why? 63% go someplace else to work. What are you talking about whose employment, unemployment up or down? All of our unemployment is down. And we all have to bring it up together.